Objects you didn't know existed. There are artifacts and discoveries that have remained virtually secret until today. But now, with the internet, it's almost impossible for these strange findings to stay hidden. That's why today we want to reveal their existence. We will show you ancient remains of Viking warriors, strange aquatic animals covered in fur, and even an iron cube that nature couldn't have created on its own. Stay with us in this video to discover them. In 1871, archaeologist Hjalmar Stolp was excavating the tough soils of the island Birka, located in what we now know as Sweden, when he came across a burial chamber. This tomb, in addition to containing the remains of a person, was filled with Viking weapons, from sharp axes and knives to bows, shields, and spears. Furthermore, near the bodies of two horses that had been sacrificed at the time of burial were also found. What the Swedish archaeologists supposed, due to the number of weapons found near the body, was that it was the tomb of a powerful Viking warrior. But a DNA test conducted almost 2 centuries later, in 2017, showed that the remains belonged to a woman. It's not as strange as it sounds, as women in Viking culture could become great warriors, even do the same jobs as men, which was very unusual for most women at the time. We traveled from Viking lands to Myanmar to meet this 99 million year old fossil. It's an amber preserved snake embryo. Through it, scientists obtain information about the journey that snakes must have taken in ancient times. This fossil is compatible with other ancient snakes from Argentina, Africa, India, and Australia. So how did they get to Myanmar? Well, these small remains tell us of a journey that began 180 million years ago, leaving the snakes far from their home. Despite the fragility of the fossil, about 5 centimeters of the little animal have been preserved. Although it does not have the head, scientists were able to estimate that the complete animal must not have been more than 8 centimeters long. In honor of the place where the species was discovered, it was given the scientific name of Sciaophis myanmarensis. Let's go to the desert of Peru to meet a strange mummified hand that was found in only 3 fingers when it was discovered inside a tunnel in Peru in 2016. They believed it was an extravagant work of some ancient artist, but upon closer examination by a doctor, he noticed that it was the remains of a human hand, with the corresponding bones in each finger and skin remnants covering it. An elongated skull and a small modified body were also found. In addition, behind the large stone doors of the tunnel where these discoveries were made, 2 clay-covered sarcophagi containing parts of human bodies were found. If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to give it a like. Every like is a great help to continue creating interesting content. Let's continue. The next discovery we will see will surprise you, as no one expected to find hieroglyphs carved in stone just half an hour from a major Australian city. We are located in Brisbane Water National Park, near Gosford on the central coast of New South Wales. It is a natural crypt formed by 2 vertical walls composed of sandstone about 3.5 meters high. Here, nearly 300 rock carvings were found depicting Egyptian gods, chickens, bees, and other strange hieroglyphs. A far-fetched theory suggests that the Egyptians themselves traveled by boat to the area now known as Australia. Unfortunately, they shipwrecked and carved their stories into the stones of the area, but there is no evidence that this theory is true. A representative of the New South Wales National Park and Wildlife Service stated that the discovery was made in the 1980s and that it is very likely that they are simply arbitrary symbols carved in stone, perhaps by a group of bored friends. Although it has not been officially confirmed or ruled out that they are hieroglyphics, it remains a tourist attraction that attracts the curious. The hike there is interesting in itself due to the vegetation and fauna of the area. It's an adventure worth taking for Indiana Jones fans. Let's dive into the depths of the water to learn about a strange creature. It's the hairy frogfish, which is half frog and half fish, with some chameleon-like abilities. Its natural habitat is warm water coral reefs, and they are very easy to distinguish. They are essentially small creatures, filled with what appear to be elongated hairs, but are actually spines. These spines covering their body allow them to blend in with their surroundings as like chameleons. These frogs have the ability to change color to adapt to the environment. Despite being considered half fish, these aquatic frogs cannot swim, but for them, it's an advantage as they are a bit lazy and don't like to waste energy during their hunts. That's why they have an extra long spine that hangs from their lips and works as bait to lure their prey. The prey mistakes the frog's tongue for food, and when they fall into the trap, the frog moves quickly to eat its victim. They can be so fast that even the latest slow motion cameras cannot capture these strange animals in action. The next object we'll learn about is still a mystery today. We are talking about the Salzburg Cube, found in 1885 in Austria in the village of Wolsegg, Hausruck. It's a small piece of iron found inside a block of coal. The discovery was made by a worker at an iron factory while breaking apart a block of coal that was about 20 million years old. After a year of investigation, in 1886, it was specified that it was an iron object with a thin layer of oxide and a weight of 785 grams. Its measurements are 67 millimeters in length, 67 millimeters in width, and 47 millimeters in thickness. The strange thing about the piece is that 4 of its sides are more or less flat, while the other 2 on opposite sides are perfectly rounded. There is a fairly deep notch cut around the middle of the object all the way around its perimeter. It is very likely that a machine was used to create this cube. But let's not forget that this artifact is about 20 million years old. Were machines even around back then? And the most bizarre question is, who used these machines? Currently, the cube is on display in a museum in Austria. For those who are still studying it, it generates more questions than answers. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. We upload videos every week. Join our community and be the first to see our content. Let's continue. Up next, another mystery related to hieroglyphics. In the Temple of Seti, located in Egypt, certain symbols alluding to a helicopter, a submarine, and a blimp have been found carved on its walls. There is a group of people extremely interested in ufology and occultism who claim that these symbols were carved in ancient times as a vision of the future, representing modern technologies that had not yet been created. But they have been discredited, as they usually alter the images of the temple to their convenience. What is certain is that these hieroglyphics date back thousands of years. They were found by researchers in Seti tombs when pieces of plaster accidentally crumbled from one of the walls, but the reality is that these symbols have not yet been. What if that symbol that looks like an insect is actually an extraterrestrial that has visited Earth? The last discovery we'll learn about was found by a man named Claudio Ruccia in 1885 in the Petén region of Guatemala. It is a lost Mayan city baptized as El Mirador. Ruccia made a detailed map of a large part of this lost Mayan city where he detailed some ancient buildings he had discovered. But no one paid attention to El Mirador until 1962 when Ian Graham, after staying in the area for several days, drew a new map. This map included the great group of cities that make up the Mirador Basin. Today, it is known that El Mirador was inhabited by a total of 80,000 people in the period from approximately 300 BC to 150 BC. The tallest structure found in the area measures a total of 72 meters in height and is the Danta Pyramid, one of the largest in the world. The journey to reach these ruins is far from urban areas, so it has an extra attraction due to the fauna and flora of the place. It is considered one of the most diverse ecosystems in the world, as it is home to pumas, jaguars, giant anteaters, and hundreds of native trees and plants from the area. These ancient Mayan cities are now in danger of being destroyed due to the construction of roads in the area to cut down nearby trees. We hope you enjoyed the amazing images and stories behind these discoveries. If you had already heard of any of them, we would love for you to leave a comment telling us about your experience. Which of these incredible findings interested you the most? Please do leave us a comment and let us know your opinion. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting content. See you in the next video.